Alright, I have a GLK X18S. I think it might be called the Galaxy. It's from a Portuguese company called GlobalLock. And I don't know, this is discontinued and they reuse model names and numbers, whatever, so it's hard to tell. But this was sent to me by Peace Weapon over a year ago. It's been sitting in a box. And I saw that the other half, I think, went to Lock Noob. And he picked it, but he didn't gut it. So I wanted to pick and gut this so you guys can see. I've already removed this like top area here. It's just, it gets in the way of two screws that you can use to remove the plug. But there's a embedded clip on the back, so I can't gut it the traditional way. I pushed it out a little bit to check, and this, this is the back side, so the spring's going to pop out. It has a sleeve in there, and so I put it right back in because I don't want to gut that more than once. So I'll gut it after this, and then it'll be a pain to put back together. So there we go. It's got 4 rows of pins. They come from the left and right side, and then the bottom left and right side. And I think there are 4 per row, so I think 16 pins in here. And from what I'm told, it's kind of a clone of the Clavis Q18, which has 18 pins. So this might be a 16-pin Q18, basically. I'm going to pick it with 2 flags here. They're curved in opposite directions. And I'll do a combination of either pushing the pins with the back of the flag or using the tip of it to push in, whatever I can get to push on these pins. The tolerances seem fairly weak, so once you have a pin set, you get a decent amount of springiness from them. So I'll turn it clockwise, and from the one time I picked it before, I found that the left side binds first, so I'm going to start on the left side. I'll use the back of the flag from the top and try that top left row first and see if I can find any binders. Now, I've gutted the Clavis Q18 before, and it has pins that have these really thin top lips, so if you overset them, you drop into a thinner area of the pin, and that would be very bad because you wouldn't know that you've done that until you complete the pick and drop into a false set. So we want to avoid that. I'm going to go with a little bit lighter tension, but these things, when they're binding, here bottom left, number 3 is binding. They bind pretty hard, so you can tell the difference between a binder and a non-binder. So I push that one down, and now it's springy. Looks like maybe number 4 on the top left row is binding. Well, it went down a little bit, and now it's springy. So they bind pretty hard. If you just run the back of the pick along them, it feels very distinctly different when you hit a binder. In fact, this front, no. Sometimes they bind a bit, and you just push on a little, and they let go. So that's not the true binder there. All right. So what do we feel here? We feel the bottom left third pin might be our binder. No, that went down after I pushed it just a little. Okay, I'm going to try this other pick. Now it's curving towards it, so I'm going to use the tip to push on specific pins rather than the back of that other pick. All right, the first pin went down a bit. We use the back from the bottom on the first top left pin. Let me see if I can turn on the light here. I do need a decent amount of visuals in this. It's hard to feel all the pins. I mean, you can feel them pretty well with the pick, but it's hard to tell where you're at. All right, so I pushed that first top left one down. It seems to be set. But yeah, it helps to be able to see into this lock a little bit to see what you're doing. All right, let's go back to trying the back of the pick from the top. All right, bottom left number 1, no. I think I want to look at the top left first, though. So top left number 1 is springy and push down a bit. Number 2 springy, I think. 3 seems springy, and 4. I think that's springy as well. Try the bottom left. 1 is definitely springy. I think 2 springy. And the 4th one, I think, is binding bottom left. So I'll go ahead and push that down a bit. Pretty sure that's springy, right? Having a hard time pushing that down with the back of the flag. So I'm going to switch to the other one and try to push it with the tip of this one, if I can find it again. It's kind of hard to find it with the tip. 2, 3, there's 4. Pretty sure that's 4 there. I'm not 100% sure it's binding now. I feel it with the tip of this. Yeah, I don't know if that's binding with one now that I feel with the tip of this. I'm gonna try the top left row. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also feels springy. I don't think the right side will be binding it. I'm gonna just feel a few of them real quick. Oh, the back, towards the back, bottom right seems to be binding. So maybe I already have the left all set. I just gotta click out of that something towards the back, bottom right. Oh, I think I have another binder, bottom right. But I don't seem to be able to push it with this pick. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to push it that. So I'm going to go down the bottom and try to push it with the back of this flag, the curved back side of this flag. Alright, let me try with the tip of the flag. Oh, I don't want to overset is my biggest fear. Okay. We're going to check the left side again, just to make sure. I'm surprised if I got everything already set that quickly on the left side. I just not... I haven't picked consistently in a long time, so kind of doubting my skill level right now. But let's check the right side with the back of the pick from the bottom. So one... Alright, so I don't think it's top right, so I'm going to check the bottom right. I'm pretty sure this is where I got binders, is the bottom right. That's if the left side's all set. I'm going to check that left side again. I think I heard something pop up when I let off tension a little. Top left, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all set. Bottom left, 1, 2, 3. Something back here feels like it might not be set. Really nervous about oversetting. I'm gonna see if I can poke it directly. This is the same one. I poked directly and then it didn't feel like it was binding when I got the pick directly on it. Right, maybe it is binding. Back left. Pushing on it. Can't get it to move. I'm nervous that this one is not my binder. I'm gonna try it from the bottom using the back of the flag because it's not moving. There, little click out of it. Now that could have just been an overset click is the big concern. Check the top left again. Nope. Check the bottom left again. Pin 3 now. Feels like pin 3. I'm gonna try the bottom, the back of the flag from the bottom. Bottom left pin 3. Here, little clicks here and there. It's really hard to tell if it's just the pick falling off of pins and such like that. So don't rely too much on auditory feedback. Checking bottom left again. 1, 2, 3's binding. There. Maybe some plug. Oh, now pin 1 bottom left is binding. So I must not have had. I must not have had the left side all set, and some of the ones on the right were lightly binding, but it wasn't really time for the bottom right yet. All right, so bottom left, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all set. Top left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm pretty sure that the left side's all set. We're going to go to the right. 1, bottom right. I think the third one's binding on the bottom right. Let's see. Let's try this pick. Poking from the top with the tip of the flag. So 1, no. 2, no. 3, probably. I'm just not sure if I'm on the pin. Pin 3. Alright, I think little movement, little click from it. Come back to the beginning again. No 1. Maybe use the back of the flag. Alright, something binding. No, that's not binding. That's a springy. Alright, everything's springy on the right. Is that right? Ooh, confusing. Alright. Bottom right 1. Bottom right 2. Bottom right 3. Bottom right 4. Not 100% sure about the bottom right 4, but I think it's springy. Top right 1. Springy for sure. Top right 2. Yeah, springy 3. Maybe binding. Top right 3. Alright, got a click and some plug movement. Starting from beginning. 1, no. 2, having a hard time getting on 2. So, okay, bottom right 1 feels like it's binding. Okay, springy now. Top right 2. Binding, maybe. Click, some plug movement. Top right 1 binding. Not anymore. Bottom right. I'm feeling with the back flag from the bottom. Alright. Top right 1, no. 2, no. For some reason I have a hard time finding 3 and not 4. So 3 is the question on the top right. Let's see if I can feel it with the back of this flag from the top. 2. And 3 is set. And 4. Alright, let's check the bottom left again for whatever reason, just in case. No, top left. No. Not sure where my binder is. Getting messages. Oh, we're already at 14 minutes. That's not good. 1. I'm checking the right. Or I'm trying to check the right. 1. Bottom right. Top right. Pin 4. Not sure. I don't feel the binder. I'm going to put a heavier tension and see if that changes my feedback on any of these pins. Checking left side. I think I have a binder towards the back on the left side. Oh, and we're open. Oof. So there's a binder at the back on the left side. Sorry I didn't give the best details on the picking process, but now for the highlight. We want to look inside of this thing. So we'll turn on the autofocus. And we'll pull this guy out of here. We'll get some tools over here, and we'll take a look inside. All right, so I noticed there's 2 screws up here. I don't have my regular glasses down here with me. I should have brought them down. All right, so 2 screws to unscrew here. I don't need to unscrew them all the way, just enough to release the plug. All right, and then what's going to happen is the plug can slide forward, and we got to catch the springs as they pop out. So now we got to find where the first spring's coming from. And I'm not going to go this slow always, but I want to go slowly at first just to show. There's a hole appearing there with a spring, and there's a hole here appearing with a spring. So, oh, you should probably, oh no, did I lock back up after? Don't remember. I don't think I did. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock up so that all the, so I don't end up with things in the wrong directions. Here's the key. So locked up again, working still. And now, here we go. Unscrew that a bit again. Push out some. All right, so there you can see the spring is going to come out there and there. So I'm going to hold my finger over the one, over both actually, and let that pop out. And that is going to be, in the way I was picking it, is bottom left. So I'll put bottom left, number 1 here. And it has the driver pin attached to it. Yeah. All right, I'll flip those over later. And then the top right, pin number 1 here. Put that up there. Yeah. And then we want to get the key pins as well. There is the bottom left number 1, and then top right number 1. Now I can get the next pin. Looks like it's going to be bottom right number 1. This is difficult without my glasses. And bottom, not bottom, top left number 1, stuck behind the sleeve. Got just the spring there. Actually, let me take off these heavy magnifiers. And that one doesn't want to come out for some reason. So we'll get the right side one. There we go. So that's the right side one, bottom right. All right, so that one's stuck on the sleeve somehow, that left one there. Remember that. Hopefully that doesn't fall out. All right, second one, bottom left. Right there. Second one, top right. Oh, okay, now that fell out. So that would be, I can't see, be the top left here. And the top right, number 2. Top right, number 2. Okay, keep going. This is tedious. Top left, number 3. Oh, not number 3. Top left, number 2. And it looks like we're also getting the bottom left, number 3, with it. And I can feel the right side ones coming up. So bottom right, number 2. And top right, number 3. You can see why I don't want to do this a whole bunch of times. It's very tedious. All right, doing number 3 from the top left. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, because I'm not far enough out. That's top left number 3. And I can feel bottom right number 3. Alright. I think I'll pull it the rest of the way out and just hold it with my fingers. There's the bottom right number 4. And the top right number 4. Bottom right number 4. Top right number 4. Bottom left. No, top left number 4. And bottom left number 4. Top left number 4. No. Bottom left number 4. The plug is no longer lined up, so it doesn't want to come out. Then I didn't bring down any sort of clip removal tool. Just trying to see if I can get these pins to come out. No. So let's see if I can remove this clip without glasses and without a clip removal tool. While the while the plug is respinning. Yeah, this is what's a way to do this? I would really like to get this out before I take a look at everything. I really need my tool. Yeah, I might have to go get some tools. I'll fast forward this, me getting tools. I'll be right back. Alright, some tools, and while I was at it, I got some glasses. So let's see if I can use this. So much better. Not quite enough yet. So it's not a snap ring, it's a deformable ring. Got it stretched so far and it's still not off. Come on. It's gotta be enough. Screwdriver. There we go. It took a while to take off. And now I should be able to get these last two, make sure it's not lined up. Slide that out. And where were they? To the left side. Okay, ball bearing just fell out of that front little hole there. So ball bearing in there. On the right side, bottom right side. All the way to the front. And then here's the last two left side pins. Ball bearing all the way front left. And that one is top left number 4 and bottom left number 4. Ooh, finally. Okay. All right, so here's a zoom in on the plug. Get a tool. There is no milling on these. Maybe a little bit of over milling, and that would have given you that big spring from set pins. And then here, what do we got? The driver pins look like standards. Wonder if they're all the same size and shape. See if I can adjust some of these for a quick look. That driver pin came off of its spring, so yep, standard. I think that all the driver pins look the same as far as I can tell. Maybe different lengths. There's different lengths to the driver pins. And the key pins, they have this shape to them, like this T, is so that they don't drop into the key chamber. So they'll go into here, and it's not a standard diameter all the way down, it gets thinner so that these can rest. But these guys are just like that. So what I was saying is, if you overset one, you drop into this thin area, and there's generally no way to really recover from that. But let's see, I would say that some of the ones that you don't need to lift very far, they probably have thinner lips on the top, so those are easier to overset. And I have overset this. I get all the way to the end of the pick, and it drops into a false set, and then I realize that I have overset something. What happened here? Oops. Just finished getting these out, and then we'll call it a pick. It wasn't quite as quick as I liked, or as nice as I liked. Definitely the time I picked it before was a lot more straightforward. I can maybe attribute that to a better angle. Alright, there we go. So there's all of our pins, and there are 16 of them in here. So that is the GLK X18S from GlobalLock. Thanks everyone. Bye.